I grew up always with the camera in my hand. Capturing life on film was always a thrill. To capture that moment, that moment that no one else was there to see except for me through my exact perspective. But it always wasn't just photography. I've always been a maker of all kinds of things. Building furniture, collages, cooking, baking, collecting recycled objects and fabrics and found items, etc. I think everything we do in life is an art, and I see art in everything and in everyone. But painting came on later. One day I was like, I'm gonna paint someday, and that day came, and thought, okay, let's start playing with acrylic paint. So I started pouring it, I started pushing it, moving it, and throwing it in any way that I could. I was just really playing. And then one day I realized something. Oh, I really disliked the painting I had created, so I walked away from it, and I came back later in the day, and I made a couple small changes. But then it happened. I realized that suddenly I loved what I saw. And that's when I realized that if something isn't the way I want it to be, I have the power to change it. And that seems silly, duh, if you don't like it, change it. But I don't think it really sunk into me that if I don't like something, change it. And it might just take a couple small extra changes to completely change my perspective on what I'm working on, what I'm doing. So, the past couple years, I've found myself in a self-awakening, a spiritual journey, if you will, connecting more to the spirit world, I guess I'd say. And that process has truly opened my eyes to many once unseen energies and forces that are around us. And I'm really learning to let go and let my intuition speak through art. I still combine many arts into my painting. I'm finding recycled and found items not to drag through the paint, or stencil-esque objects to create patterns. Everyday objects cheap objects can make some crazy awesome patterns. And finding those unique ways to move the paint, beyond just using a paintbrush, which is something I rarely use. Working with meditation, I've since incorporated that into my process. I think as artists, we naturally go into a meditative state once we begin creating, whether we really realize it or not. But I've been experimenting with starting in that state, setting aside all my thoughts and expectations, and really let my higher self speak through the movements and patterns and shapes and colors that are layered onto the canvas. I like to work fast because then I can't overthink things. And, once it pops into my head, I try to just do it. Just do whatever pops in, and whatever feels good, do it. Make that movement. Make that thing happen. It's really exciting to see what playful messages come up when I just let go. If I can get out of my head and into my heart, these crazy, exciting things start to happen. Life changes, and I'm able to really see things from a different angle. I want my art to send that same message to others. Think with your heart, because it knows what's best. Your head overthinks things, but your heart, first thing you think with your heart, it knows best. And apply those heart thoughts, those heart messages to the changes and the choices that are made in life, and harmony will come. But from my experience, harmony will come. So I'm calling my newest series Soul Scrolls. Soul Scrolls is a gathering of all those things that my intuition has me creating and communicating. It's hard to say how many scrolls will ultimately manifest, but for now, for now. You know, my heart sings for these free form canvas bursts of shapes and colors. And I'm just so excited to start sharing them with the world.